From Twin City Insurance and Kemper Insurance concerning your homeowner's policy and what it does not cover. Here is the homeowner's package from Kemper. Expense to rebuild to new zoning laws. Lock replacement after theft. Spoilage of food and freezer due to power outages. Blanket coverage for all buildings and contents. One policy for both auto and home. Credit card fraud, $5,000. Personal injury, libel and slander, and home computer coverage that includes power surge and water damage. Optional. The homeowner's package policy from Kemper has all these and much more. This offer is for homeowners who qualify from Twin City Insurance. Even if your insurance is not due now, call or visit Twin City for a free gift and a free cost analysis. Kemper and Twin City Insurance. That's Twin City Insurance, 29 South College Avenue, Newton. Fax quotes on package policy from Kemper is available.
You'll score big savings now with a new car from Armstrong Ford. Now at Armstrong Ford, all new 98s are priced to move, so get yours in time to attend all the games. Armstrong Ford scores points with beautiful new 98 cars, trucks, sport utility vehicles, and 4x4s, all priced to make this a winning season of savings. You'll appreciate the great team spirit at Armstrong Ford because everyone works together to make you the captain of the winning team. Terry Moore, general manager at Armstrong Ford, has the best team in the business, from their first-string sales department to the powerful backfield in the service department. Everyone works together to help you score with a new car or truck that's right for you. Plus, you'll get extra points with tremendous savings and service after the sale. So touchdown soon at Armstrong Ford, Highway 70 in Hickory, and join the winning team. Armstrong Ford, proud supporters of high school football in the Catawba Valley.
It's a Friday night of football all across the Catawba Valley. And we're going to get some starting lineups. They're doing the tossing of the coin. Our starting lineups brought to you by Catawba Memorial Hospital. And, of course, they've got Catawba County's only comprehensive cancer treatment center. Not to mention the new Express Care program where they'll get you in and out much faster than most hospital emergency rooms as well. Catawba Memorial Hospital. Ed Wheeler, look at the starting lineups for Catawba Memorial Hospital.
Dave, this week's captains of Cavario Finger and Scott Wilson did good. They won the toss. They've deferred to the second half, so Statesville will receive, and Newton-Conover will receive in the second half. Starting offensive lineup, Taylor Stone will be snapping the ball to Kaylor Spencer tonight. In case Taylor gets a break, I'm sure that it would be Avery Stewart. Ricky O'Hewitt and Brian James are the two tackles. These guys flip back and forth, so they're both left tackle, they're both right tackle. Lee Hallman and Jesse Smith do the same thing with the guard position. Running backs, of course, Ledoux Wilson is a tailback. You have two blocking backs that come in, Ricky Weaver and Alvin Gibson. And a wide receiver, we have Matt Hodge, Cavario Finger start, and Scott Wilson fills in frequently. There's the offensive starting lineup for the Red Devils tonight.
And brought to you by Catawba Memorial Hospital. We'll get some of those lineups of that Fred T. Ford St. Stephen's ball game in just a second. It's going to be the Red Devils kicking it off. Juju, a quick switch to you. What's your point there? You about ready to kick off or get that game underway, or have you already?
Dave, we have already in fireworks. The St. Stephen's Indians have returned the opening kickoff for a 92-yard touchdown. Jamal Freeman went the distance, 15 seconds off the clock. Freeman tacked on the two-point conversion, and the Indians have bolted out to an 8-0 lead, and we still have 11:43 to go here in the first quarter. So the Indians with a big play to come right out of the bat, Tom Neff, and boy, what a way to get off the game when you're trying to look for your first win.
Yeah, Juju, I was listening to your pregame report. I was listening to Coach Gorey's comments. He was talking about mistakes on offense. He's also been speaking weekly on mistakes for special teams, giving up at least one touchdown a week, and it's already happened here 17 seconds into the game.
92-yard kickoff return. Jamal Freeman and the Indians have jumped to an 8-0 lead early on here in the first quarter. We'll wait for the kickoff here as the Indians will kick it off to the Ford Tigers. Ford in their home blue with the blue helmets, St. Stephen's red pants, and gray jerseys and the red helmets. And boy, the Indians really jumped out here, and coming into this contest looking for the big play. They got it on the opening kickoff, and Freeman made a great run. He went down the left side. He cut back off some blockers and then cut across the field and took it in for the score. Here's the kick by the Indians to the Tigers. A short kick picked up at about the 15-yard line by the Tigers, up across the 20, 25, close to about the 27, crossing the 30-yard line. Frederick White returns it for the Tigers, who will have the ball on offense. So, Dave, the Indians lead at 8-0. We'll send it back to you at Gurley Stadium.
Thanks, Juju. Not that quite like much excitement early on here. We got the opening kickoff for the Red Devils of Newton-Conover, and the Greyhounds have been unable to move it at all. They're third down and still a long 9, almost 10 yards to go as they run it up the right side to no avail and just pass it incomplete. And now Travis Ramsey, the quarterback, lines up his team again wide, right and left on the third down and long. First third down conversion. Here goes Ed, getting excited on me. Handoff up the middle. Gang tackling at the line of scrimmage. No place to go. In there driving again was Travis Scott. He's been stopped twice already by the Red Devils of Newton-Conover. Justin Shane in there. Alvin Gibson also on the stop as well. So immediately it's 3 plays, and now we're going to punt it away for the Greyhounds as the Red Devils of Newton-Conover are going to be backing it up there and getting that ball back midfield in pretty decent field position. Just underway here. Nobody scored. We'll get this kicked, and the Red Devils will get the ball, and we'll take it back to Fred T. Ford. Here comes the Statesville kick. It's going to go to the left side. Takes a bounce around the 50-yard line, down to the 48, and that's where it's going to be at a 1st and 10. A 30-yard punt for the Greyhounds. As in there is going to be Hollingsworth, who was in on the punt for Statesville. So Newton-Conover will get the ball for the very first time, and Ed in great field position here early on in the first quarter of play.
Boy, 2 yards deep in their own territory, so it's at the 48, 1st and 10. 10.5 minutes to go, no score.
And here come the Red Devils wide to the right. Fumble on the very first play. There's a flag down as well. The ball is loose. Let's see who comes up with the football. On the snap, I think the Red Devils recovered it as Taylor Stone snapped it, and Taylor Spencer came up with the football after he dropped it. It'll be 2nd down and long now for the Red Devils of Newton-Conover. The ball is still at about the 47-yard line.
That's the first time it's happened this year for the Red Devils. This time it wasn't a disaster. It would not have been the way to start the game.
Nope. 2nd down and long now. Almost 11. Taylor Spencer wants to throw. Back, cocks it across the middle. It's incomplete. Intended down there for Cavario Finger, but it'll fall incomplete and bring up a 3rd down now early on in this ball game with 9 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock. You just heard Juju say St. Stephen's off to the lead there at Fred T. Ford returning the opening kickoff. We'll go back, get this 3rd down conversion. A lot of coverage from Maiden. Danny Hips will be checking in just a second. We'll go live to Danny. Here comes Spencer on the 3rd and long for the Red Devils. He wants to throw. He's looking, got a little time, fires it across the middle. It's complete. 30, east of the 25. He could go all the way. 10, 6, touchdown. Scott Wilson on the receiving end of the Taylor Spencer pass. He was all alone. There was nobody home there for the Statesville Greyhounds, and as a result, Newton-Conover's off to a 6-0 lead, a 53-yard completion and run as Spencer goes to the air and connects with Scott Wilson, and Newton-Conover leads it 6-0 in this ball game.
Just a simple slant right up the middle. He caught it. Nobody touched him.
They really didn't. He made a quick dart toward the outside and went down into the end zone for a touchdown through the uprights. The extra point by Avery Stewart is good. It looked great. And now it is a 7-0 ball game with 9 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock here at Newton-Conover Curley Stadium. St. Stephen's is out front 7-0 over the Tigers, and we're covering it all for you as we do it here on 6:30 and 12:30 a.m. We're the Sports Voice.
Count on the proven reliability of Kawasaki Bayou ATVs for your work tasks. From hauling big loads to negotiating rough terrain, you can see the power and performance of a Bayou for yourself at Kawasaki of Hickory. Features like the standard front and rear cargo racks make big loads easier. The Bayou 220 is an economical answer to your needs. Or check out the Bayou 300. If you need a 4x4, look to the Bayou 300 4x4 or 400 4x4 with 5-speed transmissions. Plus, reverse and a 4-stroke power plant. You can count on the reliability and strength of a Bayou ATV to get the job done. Kawasaki of Hickory, off 321 North, behind Secor in Hickory, the old airport road.
Back here at Newton-Conover Curley Stadium, the Red Devils kick it off. Heavy licks at about the 28-yard line.
Ricky Weaver made the hit. And it was up Fearsome Head, as you can tell by the crowd.
And they got a little celebration there afterwards, showing what we've said all along. They love to hit.
They really do. Tim Calvert will now testify that in spades. Oh, boy, that was quite a lick.
1st and 10, and the ball is going to be at the 28-yard line. Here come the Greyhounds of Statesville. One play, and we're going right back to Fred T. Ford. Back to throw. A screen to the corner is going to fall incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Incompleted pass, 9 minutes, 27 seconds on the clock, first quarter. 7-0. The Red Devils of Newton-Conover lead it here. And at Fred T. Ford, the Indians were on top. At last report, let's switch you live there to Juju and Tom. Juju.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We're back here, and after St. Stephen's took the opening kickoff and scored, the Tigers had the football, and they had to punt the football away. They did get a first down running the ball, but Tom, the Tigers went to the air and had some incomplete passes, but had some men open.
I think Juju's passing was somewhat uncharacteristic. The Tigers, the past 2 weeks where they've won both games, have been running the ball consistently. If they got that first down, then they chose to go to the air, and there was 3 straight incompletions.
So St. Stephen's has the football right now. They have it 2nd down and 8 at 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. The Indians will go with Justin Lale and quarterback man in motion. They'll pitch it this time to Freeman. He bobbles it a bit, and here comes the Tiger defense. Ford's defense surrounds Jamal Freeman for a big loss on the play, back close to about the 28-yard line, and good pursuit that time by the Tiger defense.
Defense has been playing well. Coach Gorey has been very pleased with his defense. Again, his offense has actually helped him because the Tiger defense, quite frankly, has not been on the field much in the past 2 games.
That is sometimes the best defense. It's a now 3rd and long situation for the Tigers. Defense now against St. Stephen's, 3rd and 13. Ball is at the 27-yard line. Justin Lale hasn't thrown the ball that much this year, only 120 yards for the season. Back to pass, he'll throw it out to the left side, and in the flat, it's incomplete as the pass was intended for Freeman. But coming up to make the stop that time, Ben Eggers, who had his man covered, and came up with a good play.
Ben Eggers going both ways today. Fullback on offense, he came up, covered the flat pass from his linebacker position.
So it'll bring up a 4th down situation. Tiger defense holds this time, and they'll force St. Stephen's to punt it as White goes back for the Tigers. Frederick White, the senior, 6 foot, 180-pounder, actually about 175 pounds, and he is back standing at his own 42-yard line. As the Indians will be back to punt formation, the snap is down and the kick is up. And White will field it on the dead run at the 50-yard line, and he is knocked out of bounds at about the 47 of St. Stephen's. So Ford on a nice return by White gets the ball in great field position across the 50 and into St. Stephen's territory. That's where they'll start 1st and 10 at the 47. Stevens 46. And again, the Indians scored on the opening kickoff, a 92-yard kickoff return by Jamal Freeman. He added the 2-point conversion. St. Stephen's on top 8-0. 7:20 to go here in the first quarter. Randall Moss is the quarterback, and B.J. Walton in the backfield with Eggers. Here's an inside handoff this time. A hole at the 45, breaking a tackle across the 40. First down, 35-30. Knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Jeremy Dula with one of those inside handoffs off the wing T formation, broke a tackle and took it down for the big gain that time inside the 25.
Back here. Let me break in for a second, Juju. We're getting ready for the Greyhounds. They're down inside the 10-yard line at the 6-yard line. I'll send it right back to you as Statesville is threatening Ed Wheeler. A big run for the Greyhounds. Put them down deep in Newton-Conover territory.
27-yard run, got it down to 30, then an unsportsmanlike call, gave him 15 more, down to the 15 where it's first down. It is now 3rd and 1 from the 6-yard line.
A yard to go for the first down, 6 to go for the touchdown for the Greyhounds. 7:10 on the clock, first quarter in play. Statesville threatening to the 5, to the 3, and knocked out at the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal to go now for the Greyhounds of Statesville. The ball inside the 5-yard line at about the 3-yard line. 7 minutes left. It's a 7-0 ball game. Newton-Conover got off to the early lead, but the Hounds are coming right back inside the 5 now and threatening to score. I'll send it right back to you for a quickie in just a second. Juju, let's get the first and goal to go play from the 3-yard line. Greyhounds with the ball. Up to the line. Long count. Ramser wants to hit left side to the 2, to the 5. Fighting still. He's in there. It took a second. It was a slow call because the feet kept pumping, and Nick Brown finally worked his way into the end zone. So the Greyhounds have scored with 6 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. It is a 7-6 ball game now, as we've got Statesville going for the extra point. Here comes the extra point attempt to tie it up here with 6 minutes and 37 seconds, and before they can snap the ball, the whistle blows.
It's a 73-yard drive on 8 plays by the Greyhounds to bring this game within 1 point. A great answer to the Red Devil quick strike. Illegal procedure against Greyhounds, so now it'll be back on the 8-yard line. But we were watching the kicker, Cam Sellers, and he was booing him from 40 yards out, so this should not be a problem for him physically.
Snap, and the ball is down, it is up, and it's going to be looking good. And it is. So 6:37 on the clock. It's 7-7 here. Newton-Conover and Statesville. And it's 8-0. St. Stephen's is leading Fred T. Ford as we cover it live from Maiden, from Hickory, from Fred T. Ford, High Brighton, and here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. We're doing it live and exclusive on the Sports Boys.
And now, little Tommy Archer from Catawba with an essay on Krispy Kreme donuts. Oop, Tommy's eating a Krispy Kreme donut right now, so I'll translate. Tommy says Krispy Kreme offers a tradition of great taste, variety, and high quality. And now he says their 18 varieties of donuts are all delicious. And he says if I take his, he'll slap me. Tommy!
Football fans, remember that our Hot Light will be on every Friday night after the game. You can't get them any fresher than when the Hot Light is on. Krispy Kreme, a sweet place for the family to be, on Highway 70 in Hickory, next to Blockbuster Video.
And in Conover on Rock Barn Road at the Wilco Truck Stop.
Now when you're looking for a deal, the money-saving kind, come on in and see. We'll treat you mighty fine, 'cause we're crazy about our customers. Lord, we're crazy about our customers. When it comes to the biggest savings and best customer satisfaction, see Garrett and Dyer Ford, your best price Ford dealer. At Garrett and Dyer Ford, we don't want to sell you just one vehicle. We want to sell you every vehicle you ever buy, and our selection just can't be beat. Tops in customer satisfaction, award-winning service, plus we're crazy about our customers at Garrett and Dyer Ford, Highway 70 West in Conover. Call 464-3431.
Our thanks to the people who make it possible for us to broadcast the games all across the Catawba Valley. Hope you'll patronize them when you need their products and services. The Greyhounds kick it off. Cavario Finger returns it for 22 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10. Newton-Conover after the touchdown. There was a flag on the play that's going to back it up a little bit for the Red Devils of Newton-Conover even further. Looks like the ball is going to be placed down probably around the 10-yard line, 12-yard line. So they'll place it down here. Juju at the 12. Red Devils will get it 1st and 10. 6:28 on the clock. First quarter of play. It's all even at 7 apiece as we send it back to you there at Fred T. Ford.
Dave, thanks a lot. Just under 5 minutes to go. First quarter still St. Stephen's 8 and Fred T. Ford nothing. Indians have the football. Bowman back to pass, and it's thrown across the middle. Bounces off a receiver and incomplete. Bowman to go. The Tigers driving. They had the ball inside the 10. Took it down to the 1 and a fumble by Ford. St. Stephen's recovered. And Tom, as we looked in the pregame show, Coach Gorey saying turnovers have plagued the Tigers.
Turnovers are plaguing the Tigers. They're now minus 11 on turnover ratio for the season. And there was another one that could possibly cost them 7 points, because it would have been 1st and goal for 1.
So right now, Ford's defense does force St. Stephen's to kick it out of their own end zone, as the Indians will be backed up. Ford should get great field position. White is standing at his, St. Stephen's 25-yard line. Low snap to kick. Kind of a line drive kick. White will take it at the 35-yard line. Looks for a hole, cuts left side, breaks a couple of tackles, puts his head down, and gets down to the 20-yard line. Short kick by the Indians, so Ford will get it at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. 4:25 to go in the first quarter, and right now it's St. Stephen's 8 and Ford nothing. Short punt that time, about what, 25-yard punt?
30-yard punt, and we did have a return by White. It sets up a time where I think you're going to see a lot of DJ Walton here at about 4 or 5 pitches to the right or left.
Wing T formation. Walton and Eggers in the backfield. Randall Boss, the quarterback. He's going to roll right side. He's got a man open. Throws it complete. There's inside the 10, 5. with a touchdown pass to one of his favorite receivers, David Roden, who caught a touchdown pass against Maiden a few weeks back and had a great game against the Blue Devils. That time a little crossing pattern. He broke a tackle and took it in.
It was play-action pass there, Juju. They faked the counter to Walt that time, just like they played Dula broke a little while ago. Rodas was wide open across the middle. Broke one tackle. We're going for a one-point conversion here with James Raven.
Ravens kick. Snap is down. Kick is up, and it is good. 4:17 to go here in the first quarter. The Tigers are on the board at St. Stephen's 8 and Fred T. Ford 7. Newton-Conover, Statesville tied at 7 apiece. You're listening to high school football here on the Sports Voice.
And Juju, the Greyhounds have recovered a fumble, and they're threatening here with 4 minutes and 56 seconds on the clock. Fourth down is coming. The Red Devils, Ed Wheeler, have dug in here at about the 10-yard line, trying to keep them out.
They run 3 plays and only gain 1 yard. It's fourth down now, and they will try a field goal from the 19-yard line. Again, but the game, as a pregame, Kev Sellers, the kicker for Statesville. We observed him kicking it from a lot deeper than this. Let's see if he can do it under pressure.
There it is. It's a bad snap. It's back over his head. It's lost. It's going to be down at about the 33-yard line. So there'll be no points coming from that one. Instead, the Red Devils will get the football back at the 33, their own 33-yard line. And with 4 minutes and 50 seconds short on the clock, the score remains the same here. It's still tied. It's Newton-Conover 7 and Statesville 7. And it's St. Stephen's 8 and Fred T. Ford 7 as we cover all the Valley's football live and exclusive here on the Sports Voice.
Jim's Used Cars and Auto Parts buys late model wrecked cars and junk cars. They offer free pickup, free teletype service, and towing. Call Jim's Used Cars and Auto Parts, serving Catawba County since 1959 at 464-1730 on Mount Olive Church Road, just east of Newton.
Carolina Glove has been making the finest quality gloves on the market for over 52 years. Constructed by your friends and neighbors here in the Valley, they'd like to salute all the football teams and the Newton Flames AAU basketball team. Excellence is the goal at Carolina Glove. J.W. Abernathy Jr. Plant, Conover.
Regency Home Fashions Incorporated has been in business for over 34 years. They're a leading manufacturer of home fashions like bedspreads, comforters, curtains, and related accessories, supplying their products to JCPenney and many other excellent stores across the country. Regency Home Fashions on Keesler Road, Conover.
When it's got to be done right the first time, bring your printing to Superior Printing Company in Newton. John London is now celebrating 12 years of top quality printing. From brochures to business cards, call Superior Printing in Newton at 464-8676.
Third down is coming here. Dave, along with Ed, we are at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 9 for the Red Devils of Newton-Conover. And back to throw. Here's the toss. Complete. Boom. He got hit immediately. He's going to be shy of the first down, too, as the pass was complete. And it looks like Dusty Sane was, he may have got about 5 out of the play. I guess let's call it 4th down and a long 5 or 6 if you want to call it there. So the Red Devils unable to get it going, so now they're going to have to punt it away here. And an even ball game at 7 apiece. Back at the 20-yard line. It'll be punted up. Avery Stewart will get it, and Stewart gets it off. Nice one, too. Going to be a fair catch called at the 30-yard line. Dropped, but he falls on it. A 35-yard punt by Avery Stewart, and it means the Greyhounds here, Juju, are going to be taking over at the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with 2 minutes and 59 seconds on the clock. 7-7 ball game. A reminder, the Maiden Chase game starts at 8 o'clock tonight. Danny Hips is standing by, and he's raring to go. So we're switching you live to Hickory and to High Brighton for the Bunker Hill game at High Brighton, and Hickory, of course, at home in a second. Right now, it's back to Juju, and that battle going on between St. Stephen's and Fred T. Ford.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We're down to just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still 8-7. St. Stephen's on top of the Tigers. And the Indians now marching after a nice kickoff return, a penalty against Ford on a face mask, and moments ago a completed pass, and the Indians now have it at the Tigers 35. First down. Actually, it's going to be fourth and short, 4th and 1 at the 35-yard line. It's on the Indians moving the ball with the help of a penalty on this drive.
Actually, there's just been more special teams. St. Stephen's has yet to have a first down, and that 9-yard pass for the day gives them 5 yards of total offense. And here we are with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
And something unusual when you look at high school football this, I say late in the season, into the month of October, and we're seeing the Indians rotating quarterbacks with Bowman and also Justin Lale coming in, bringing in the plays.
I'd get a little nervous about that myself, especially when the ball was back down to 1. Back in the last series for St. Stephen's, you'd hate to have a quarterback in there and fumble the snap, but it didn't happen, and they are marching right here.
It's 2:48 to go, 4th and 1, a timeout by the Indians. Dave will keep us for this play and see if the Indians continue to march and try to maintain this lead. Ford did have a nice drive, a nice touchdown pass as Randall Boss hitting Rodas with a 20-yarder. Boss' second touchdown pass of the season, and Rodas also catching. Actually, Boss' third touchdown pass of the season, and Rodas catching his second score, the other coming against the Maize Blue Devils earlier this season. So it's 4th down and less than 1 for the St. Stephen's Indians, and in there now is Lale, the quarterback, out of the wishbone formation, and he'll turn. He fumbles the snap and is tackled in the backfield at the 39-yard line. The Tigers defense, after the fumbled snap, Lale could not come up with it. He's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and a change of downs. So the Tigers get the ball at their own 39-yard line. First down and 10, and Tom, you called it tough to rotate quarterbacks like that this late in the year.
Yeah, you don't know if that has anything to do with it. He's taken 4 or 5 snaps this game, as they have been alternating. But it's different. The center's snapping to a different quarterback every play, and maybe that did contribute to the fumble, and now Tigers do have the ball with Randall Boss at quarterback.
First down and 10, 37. Boss will roll to his left and is sacked that time by the Indians. Breaking in that time for the Indians on the sack that time, I believe, was Josh.
30, and I have it on the Newton-Conover 43, 1st and 10. Most of the damage done by Corby Jones. He was the guy that busted it for 27 in the earlier drive that resulted in a touchdown. He's had 2 runs for 7 and 8 yards there. The majority of the yardage right there.
Travis Ramseur in the quarterback slot tonight, and he gets the ball and wants to throw it. Goes across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Effort there, a diving catch, but the ground actually caught the ball as Poirier will not be able to hold on to it, and it'll be a 2nd down and still about 10 yards to go. So the ball is at the 43, and it's an even ball game here. Newton-Conover and Statesville, and Ed and I were just commenting, there's a lot of hard licks being hit out there, both sides.
There's 5 teams in this conference that seem to have a real good shot at that one last playoff spot, and this is 2 of them right now. They know the loser knows they're in trouble.
All right, here comes the handoff, and this time, hard to bring down, but the Red Devils do. Travis Scott went toward the middle, bounced off, went to the outside, but there's still no place to go. He might have got a half a yard at the most, primarily because Charlie Drummond was in there along with Ricky Weaver. On the stop, it'll be 3rd down now, and looks like about 8 yards to go.
The 8th carry for Travis Scott tonight. He now has 38 yards. The Red Devils have not done much offensively. They only run the ball 3 times. Ledoux Wilson, 1 carry for 1 yard.
3rd down. I'm going to switch it to Hickory in just 1 second. Here's an offsides against Newton-Conover, I'm sure. While they're marking off that yardage, let's go to Dennis. He's at Hickory, and he's there as we got a report coming up on our Coca-Cola football hotline. Dennis, I'll send it to you to see what's going on with the Red Tornadoes.
Thanks, guys. This is Dennis Benfield at Frank Barger Stadium in Hickory, where the Red Tornadoes are trying to end a 3-game funk on the road. Back home again, they lead South Iredell at the end of the first quarter, 7-3. The Red Tornadoes squandered a 90-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff, taking the ball down by Brandon Mishaw, taking it down to the 6, but Hickory unable to punch it in. After a 3-and-out by South Iredell, though, the Red Tornadoes got a 25-yard punt return from Miniel Flowers, and then Flowers took a 10-yard pass from Tim Swanson into the end zone. South Iredell came back, marched 81 yards in 14 plays to pick up a field goal by strong-legged Justin Jorgensen, 42-yard field goal, and that's where we stand at this moment, 7-3. The Red Tornadoes have
Brush Steakhouse and Saloon, Western Steer, Prime Sirloin, Chesapeake Bagel Bakery, Bennett's Smokehouse and Saloon, and many more. And they can help you at home, too. Call Denver Equipment Company at 322-8020 or 800-222-9746. Denver Equipment Company in Hickory and Denver. Always proud supporters of high school sports in the Valley.
second quarter action here. Here's a pass down in the corner at the 1-yard line, but it's going to fall incomplete.
Warriors pass for Chambers.
So it will be an incomplete pass. Well, Poirier in the quarterback slot.
Offensively, the Red Devils are lucky to be tied. They scored on a long pass, but rushing the ball, they've only had two yards rushing, whereas the Greyhounds are now over 50 yards rushing, and this unknown guy, Corby Jones, is really leading the way. He was not even listed as a starter on the team.
Justin Poirier will pitch it back, and Jones is going to be brought down about the line of scrimmage. Not much running room at all. So it'll be Trey Lutz on the tackle for Newton-Conover. Nice individual effort. As soon as he slowed him down, lots of other red jerseys came along. Fourth down coming, Statesville. 4th and 4. The ball is going to be at the 23-yard line. Don't forget, it's our locker room show tonight following the games. And that means Dave Moser is going to be giving you all the scores and all the information and lots of football fun tonight after the game. So you'll want to be here all the way up until 11 o'clock when it's RPM Radio NASCAR now. And that'll mean live coverage tonight of all the qualifying today. Here's the hole. East of the 10. Going to be tackled at the 8-yard line. Straight up the middle. It went in there as Travis Scott got the football, got the handoff, and it was a quick run. Carvario Finger stopped him, though, but now the Greyhounds are threatening against Newton-Conover. The ball is going to be at about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal to go for the Greyhounds. 10:28 on the clock.
The Greyhounds have pretty much run at will all night. This week layoff from school and then the big defeat last week might be weighing heavily on the Red Devil mind.
Poirier will be back, hands it up the middle, almost bobbled it, and there was no place to go as the Red Devils ganged up on him. Lee Allman, one of the first guys in there on the tackle. Ricky Weaver as well. I don't believe there was any gain on the play. We'll go back to Juju in 1 second. Let's see if the Greyhounds are going to punch it in here. The ball is at the 9-yard line. 9:59 on the clock. We are in the first half of play. Here come the Greyhounds. Wide to the right side. Poirier in the quarterback slot. Pitches it back again to the right corner. And there's not any running room as the Red Devils again come up with the ball. Jones in on the run, and in on the stop is going to be Dusty Shane and Lee Hallman again. So far the Red Devils defense continues to dig in. Jones is becoming the workhorse, as you mentioned, Ed, and the ball is going to be 3rd and goal. The ball is still at the 7-yard line. Greyhounds trying to punch it in. It's an even ball game at 7 apiece. Newton-Conover 7 and Statesville 7. 3rd down. This time, the hold to the left side, but there's not one. At the 6-yard line, a whole gang of Red Devil defenders stopped Travis Scott. He stopped there just beyond the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down at the 5-yard line. In there was Brian James, the first of 7 of the Red Devil defenders on the play. So it'll be 4th and goal to go. Big play here with 8 minutes and 36 seconds short on the clock. The Greyhounds trying to punch it in. Newton-Conover hoping to take it over here from the 5-yard line. 4th and goal. There's your snap. It's going to be a toss and a touchdown pass in the end zone. It was a quick one. Wobbly, looked terrible, but it was caught in the end zone. And from 5 yards out, in there is Chambers on the receiving end of the Justin Poirier pass, and Statesville has gone ahead from the 5-yard line. A completed pass from 8 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock. It's a 13-7 ball game. Here comes the extra point attempt. The ball is snapped, and there's a flag, and the whistle stopping it before it goes any further. So the ball will be backed up. They're going to walk it off against the Greyhounds, and they will attempt it again. 8:23 left, first half.
It's a 15-play drive for the Greyhounds, Dave.
Here comes the snap again, and the ball is down and up, and and it's going to be good. So now, a 14-7 ball game with 8 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock in the first half. It's Statesville 14, Newton-Conover 7. It's St. Stephen's 8, Fred T. Ford 7. It's Hickory 7, South Iredale 3. Maiden and Chase just got underway, and we're going live to High Brighton in just a moment as we're covering all the Valley football live and exclusive here on the Sports Boys.
What would love be like without the opportunity to give a nice gift every now and then? Canova Jewelry Connection is just the place to look. Opie Williams has hundreds of ideas that will express your love perfectly. Come compare quality and price, not to mention selection. It's a relaxed, courteous place to shop. Whether it's a diamond ring, earrings, pendant, or maybe an attractive, long-lasting citizen watch for men and women, Canova Jewelry Connection has it. Next to Domino's Pizza in the Kmart Shopping Center, Conover. Canova Jewelry Connection.
If you'll just complete this application, I'll forward it to our main office for approval or denial, as the case may be.
Well, can't you just approve it here locally?
Oh, no, sir. Approval is up to the powers that be. And they're all in Charlotte or Winston someplace.
But they don't know anything about me.
What's to know, sir, aside from your credit history?
Well, it would be nice if they knew me as a person, not a number.
Oh, that. Then you ought to go to People's Bank. They care.
And your bank doesn't?
Not really, but we're big enough to admit it.
People's Bank. Our name says it all. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here as Newton-Conover takes the Greyhound kick and returns it to the 15-yard line. Cavario Finger returns it to the 15. Let's go to Juju, and then Juju, I'll let you send it to Davis Fitcher. He's standing by at High Brighton. Why don't you bring us up to speed on that battle between the Indians and the Tigers of Fred T. Ford, and then send it on over to High Brighton as we cover all the Valley football on a Friday night.
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We're in the second quarter now, 10:23 to go here, and it's still by a score of 8-7. St. Stephen's on top of Fred T. Ford, and moments ago, the Tigers had a chance to go ahead, Tom, and missed a field goal.
Yeah, James Raven, he missed a 32-yard field goal. It was wide left, but the scoreboard is still 8-7 St. Stephen's, but everywhere it's been all Fred T. Ford except on the scoreboard. St. Stephen's has exactly 0 yards of offense in the first quarter.
One big play, the opening kickoff, the Indians took it back for a score. Jamal Freeman. Right now, the Tigers have it at the 35-yard line. It's second down, and here comes B.J. Walton across the 40, and is bumped, knocked down close to the first down at the Ford 43-yard line. Good tackle on the play by the Indians, and it is going to be very close to first down as the Tigers are trying to march and go ahead of this ball game. It's 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ford has the football, but St. Stephen's has the lead. The Indians 8, Tigers 7. Let's check in on that Bunker Hill High Brighton game up in Lenore. Davis Fisher has an update for us on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline.
This is Davis Fisher reporting from High Brighton High School at Jeff Story Memorial Stadium, where the Bunker Hill Bears and High Brighton Panthers tied at 6 as we have just started the second quarter of play. For Bunker Hill, it's been a series of dodging bullets. They have been outgained in total yards by the Panthers by 168 to 32. The big storyline in this as far as High Brighton's missed cues. High Brighton has driven twice deep into Bunker Hill territory, only to fumble, and they have also been hurt themselves with 5 penalties for 50 yards. The Bunker Hill score came on a 84-yard kickoff return from Chris Arndt with 3:02 remaining in the first quarter to tie the score at 6. That was after High Brighton scored with 3:15 remaining in the first quarter when quarterback Andy Allen found Andy Fall on a 16-yard pass down the middle, and that's where we stand as we've just entered the second quarter with the score tied at 6-all. This is Davis Fisher reporting for the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. We now return to Dave and Juju.
All right, Davis, thanks a lot. And right now, all time between the Bears and Panthers here. Back at Fred T. Ford at the 50-yard line. Tigers have gone to the ground. It's second down and short, second and about 3. Ford will hand a turn inside, handoff to B.J. Walton. He'll fight for a first down across the 45-yard line. Nice pickup for the Tigers. And, Tom, as you called, the Ford Tigers have been very effective running the ball. It seems on this drive they've gone back to the ground game.
Yeah, I think they've gone back to Coach Gore's initial game plan and to start to work. Walton's up just past 40 yards on 8 carries. And the big surprise actually has been Jeremy Doolittle, who's ran the ball twice on that counter play for 47 yards.
First down and 10, 8:30 to go here in the second quarter. Ford has it at St. Stephen's 44-yard line. And a timeout there quickly. And we start back up again. We'll keep it here for a play or two and send it back to Newton-Conover in a second as the Tigers have it. Boss will turn it right side sweep. This is Walton across the 40, breaks the tackle, 35-30. He'll get the first down. B.J. Walton broke a nice run with a sweep to the right side and gets it deep down into Indians territory. 28. Big pickup that time of about 14 or 15 yards on the play, 16 I think. So first down Tigers, they have it at the 28 of St. Stephen's. 8 minutes to go second quarter. Tigers trail it. It's the Indians 8, Fred T. Ford 7. Dave, back to you now at Gurley Stadium.
6:48 on the clock here. Juju, we're a 14-7 ball game, and Ed, while we're away, the Greyhounds got possession of the ball. They picked off a Newton-Conover pass.
On third down, the turnover occurred, so Newton-Conover still has the only first down of the game was the long touchdown pass. Newton-Conover is doing a good job defensively now. They have not allowed a first down. The ball's now inside the 30, and it is third down with about 3 to go with 6.5 minutes left in the first half. It's 14-7 Statesville.
All right, the ball is at the 29-yard line with third down coming. 6:22 on the clock. And the Greyhounds are moving with the football. Thanks for being on the other end. Appreciate you being there. Also appreciate the sponsors who make it possible for us to broadcast high school football across the Catawba Valley. Here comes the handoff straight down the middle. It looks like a first down run as Poirier gives it right to Travis Scott. And he's been doing a great job just running it straight ahead all night, Ed. And he goes up the middle for the first down run this time as one of the Newton-Conover defenders getting up a little bit slow there because there's been some hard hits. Rico Hewitt has been there, and they're out working with Rico right now. Hopefully he's going to be okay as he's a little shaken up on the play. We take a look at all the injuries tonight for Shook's Family Chiropractic. Dr. Eric Shook, the certified chiropractic sports physician at 121 West B Street in Newton. They provide quality care for better health. And apparently it may be his wrist. They're working with his wrist right now. And with that official timeout at 5 minutes and 56 seconds short on the clock here in the first half. Let's take a break with the Statesville 14 and Newton-Conover 7. Hickory 7, South Iredell 3. St. Stephen's 8, Fred T. Ford 7. Bunker Hill 6, Highbright 6. Chase and Maiden just getting underway as we cover all the Valley's football live and exclusive on the Sports Voice.
Now's a good time to visit Everett Chevrolet and check out their 99 specials. A brand new Cavalier 2-door starts as low as $11,871, and a 4-door Cavalier starts at just $11,971. New Malibus as low as $15,950. Everett Chevrolet has the 99 Metros up to half-ton full-size trucks, 18 models with $500 to $2,000 rebates. 98 model cars, $500 to $3,500 rebates. Check out these and other great buys at Everett Chevrolet, Highway 70 Hickory, the best place to trade in the Carolinas.
Year-round comfort in your home is not only possible, but affordable, too, thanks to Root Heat Pumps and Swink Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Warmth in winter and refreshing coolness in summer. Call David or Nora Swink about installing a new Root Heat Pump. You'll be amazed how much more comfortable your home will be with a new Root. Year-round comfort at a price that's easily affordable, whether it's 10 degrees or 110. You'll feel just right with a Root Heat Pump from Swink Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Highway 10 at Mount Olive Church Road, Newton.
Back here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium, Dave Morning along with Ed Wheeler. We got another Red Devil defender banged up a little bit on the play, this time with an ankle problem. We just got another play. This one looks like it could be Ricky Kennedy, and he's in a lot of pain. He tried to get up and tough it out, but he had to go back down, and he seems to be in a lot of pain. So hopefully Ricky Kennedy's going to be okay. It looked like Rico Hewitt was okay as he came along the sidelines. We'll keep an eye on him as well. They're working with him and his wrist right there as we take a look at those injuries for Shook Family Chiropractic, providing quality care for better health. With the official timeout,
Statesville's run 2 plays, Dave. It's now 3rd down on the Newton-Conover 20 and about 7 yards to go. And Statesville leads 14-7 with 4:55 left in the first half.
We're going to switch it back to Juju in a second, but let's pick up a couple of scores on the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Service scoreboard that have just arrived here.
High Brighton, Bunker Hill 6-6. Mooresville leads South Caldwell 9-0. Alexander Central leads McDowell 14-3. Watauga and East Burke are tied 6-6. Freedom leads Crest 14-0. And West Caldwell leads West Iredale 14-7.
All right, some of the scores as they're starting to pop in on the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Service Friday night scoreboard. And, of course, we all know that Bunker Hill and High Brighton are even, and Hickory's on top of South Iredale. And I'm going to send it to you, Juju, as you got a battle going on there between the Indians and the Tigers at Frenchie Ford.
Dave, we sure do. 5:30 to go in the second quarter, and still St. Stephen's 8, Frenchie Ford 7, but the Tigers are deep in St. Stephen's territory now at about the 15-yard line. It's 2nd down and 8. Randall Boss, the quarterback, man in motion. Doolittle will hand it straight ahead to Ben Eggers, puts his head down, drives forward, and knocks back. He gets down close to about the 12-yard line. Nice pickup on that time. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 or 5 on the play. And the Tigers, again, Tom, marching the ball, running the ball. B.J. Walton's had a nice drive here, picking up some good yardage.
B.J. Walton just ran for 7 yards to get the latest first down on a 4th and 6 play. Juju, last week, there's 5 4th down conversions by Ford, and the last one, 3 of them on their last drive, which led to the eventual game-winning score. I think you'll see Walton here again.
You're right, Walton with the sweep right side, and he'll break a tackle inside the 10. Head down close to the 5-yard line. He falls short, and he is going to pick up the first down, I believe. Depends where they give him the mark, and it's close. It's down close to the 7-yard line. The officials take it, and I believe they're going to signal for a measurement. It's going to be 4th down. 4th and short, so the Tigers are going to try to go for it here at the St. Stephen's 7-yard line. Ford trails 8-7. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Tigers on a nice long drive here. Walton and Eggers, the backfield behind Randall Boss. The junior quarterback, though, hand it to Walton, right side. Inside the 5, he has the first down. Won't go down. Puts his head down close to the 2-yard line. Tom, that was a big effort by B.J. Walton.
Second effort all the way. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and broke free, and he's got it down actually to the 1-yard line. Walton for the game right now, 12 carries for 72 yards.
That one score, Western Foothills Conference, Mooresville on top of South Caldwell, 9-0 in the second quarter on the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Service scoreboard. High Brighton and Bunker Hill all tied at 6. Hickory on top of South Iredale, last score 7-3. We'll get an update in a minute. Here come the Tigers. Walton, head down, close. Hill, put it in, touchdown, B.J. Walton, but a flag is down on the play.
We have a holding call against the Tigers.
And it looks like the 4 Tigers are going to get called on a holding penalty, so that will negate the touchdown by B.J. Walton. That'll bring it out to about the 15-yard line. So no touchdown by the Tigers, and again a little mistake here, Tom, and it could cost Ford here. And the touchdown taken off the board.
Taken off the board. The ball's also moved back to the 15. The hold happened at the 5-yard line. I don't know how a hold could happen there when the line of scrimmage was at the 1.
3:18 to go in the second quarter. Some more movement that time as the flags come flying. St. Stephen's only touchdown, and their only points, really, their only offense on the opening kickoff. A 92-yard return by Jamal Freeman. Freeman tacked on the 2-point conversion. Ford's touchdown coming as well here in the first half on a Randall Boss touchdown pass to David Rodas. It covered 20 yards. Another penalty against Ford. Procedure call, mark it back to the 20. So moments ago, Ford was down inside the 2-yard line. Now they are at the 20. First and goal at the 20-yard line. Let's see what the Tigers do on this series. Walton and Eggers in the backfield again. They'll hand it straight up the middle to Eggers. He has good yardage inside the 15, down close to about the 13. Pick up of about 7 on the play for Ben Eggers. And Tom, as you mentioned, B.J. Walton has run well. So is Eggers on this drive.
Eggers, most of his yards from the game have been on this drive. He's carried 7 times for 41 yards. The Tigers faced a similar situation earlier in the drive. They had a 3rd and 18, and they ended up converting on the 4th and 6th play 2 plays later.
It is now 2nd and goal at about the 13-yard line. Here come the Tigers again. They'll fake it, roll left. Boss looking in the end zone. Man open and incomplete. Play action pass. Boss has been rolling out a lot here tonight. That time he threw it in the end zone, and it came up incomplete to Ford. And man was open in the back part of the end zone that the ball just could not arrive on time. I believe that was Michael Lewis. The ball was intended for, so it's incomplete. 3rd down and goal at the 14-yard line. So let's see what Ford tries to do here. All of their passing has come on the rollouts. Boss again. No hand it this time. To Walton, right side. Picks his way down to the 10. Breaks the tackle. Fumbles the football. Let's see where he gets it here inside the 5.
I think the Tigers will have it inside about the 2-yard line.
Oh, boy, so Ford gets all the yardage made up. They're inside the 2. It's going to bring up a 4th down and goal. So a weird series of events. Ford had it 1st and goal, then out to the 20 on a couple of penalties, and now on a fumble that was pushed forward. Tigers have it inside the 2-yard line. Timeout, St. Stephen's. We're down to 1:48 to go. 8-7, Indians on top of the Tigers. Dave will send it back to you now at Gurley Stadium against Ford on 4th down and goal at the 2-yard line, trying to go ahead in the closing stages of the 2nd quarter.
And we'll send it right back to you in 1 second. Ed's going to bring us up. We've got a 21-7 ball game. Grants took advantage of a Newton-Conover fumble.
That's right. Actually, Newton-Conover stopped Statesville following the drive where they were down into the 20-yard line. They threw 2 passes which fell incomplete, which turned the ball over on downs to the Red Devils. So with 4:36 left in the half, Newton-Conover regained possession. But on the very first play, they fumbled. And then Statesville, 4 plays later, rushed the ball into the end zone. It was a 5-yard touchdown run by Travis Scott. Seller's kick was good. It's 21-7 with 3:28 left in the first half.
And the Greyhounds are going to kick it out to Newton-Conover. They're going to bring it out of the end zone. But it's not going to go anywhere. So we'll switch it back to you to follow that goal line stance. And, of course, an effort to score. We've got a 21-7 ball game here. Statesville leads Newton-Conover 3:27 in the first half to you. Juju?
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We're getting ready now for that 4th down play after the St. Stephen's timeout. 1 minute, 48 seconds to go. Ford is all ready to go. Here comes the Indians defense running from the St. Stephen's bench area, and they're trying to get lined up here. Ford's ready to go. They snap it. Here's Walton. He'll take it up and over. Touchdown! B.J. Walton leaps from the 2-yard line and took it in for the score. The Tigers go ahead.
He was airborne, Juju. He couldn't cover the 2 yards. Most of it was in the air.
I swear St. Stephen's defense was not ready that time.
They had just got down in their stance, and right away Randall Boss snapped the ball. Very smart move by Randall Boss.
Quick snap, and the Tigers score a nice long drive, and Ford leads for the first time tonight. Here's the kick. It is up and good. So the extra point tacked on tonight by James Raven. Ford goes ahead in the closing stages of the 2nd quarter. It's the Tigers 14 and St. Stephen's 8. Statesville on top of Newton-Conover 21-7. Maiden underway with Chase. High Brighton and Bunker Hill tied at 6 apiece. And Hickory on top of South Iredell 7-3. You're listening to high school football live and exclusive on the Sports Voice.
All right, huddle up. Here we go. Okay, here's the play. We're all going to march right over to our cars and head to Krispy Kreme Donuts, and no one can stop us. Then we'll go inside to enjoy their 18 mouth-watering donuts, including the hot glaze made right before our eyes. Okay, let's go. Ready? Ready.
Football fans, remember that our Hot Light will be on every Friday night after the game. You can't get them any fresher than when the Hot Light is on. Krispy Kreme, a sweet place for the family to be, on Highway 70 in Hickory, next to Blockbuster Video.
And in Conover on Rock Barn Road at the Wilco Truck Stop.
Howard Furniture in Denver is your one-stop home furnishing and decorating center for quality appliances by GE, bedding by Serta, and carpeting by Mohawk. And an excellent display of wonderful furniture for every room in your home. Not only that, Howard Furniture provides the advice of a professional interior decorator Decorator to assist with your selection of floor coverings, wall coverings, countertops, accessories, ceramic tile, hardwood floors, and laminated floors. Howard Furniture does it all. From Newton on Highway 16, take a left on Highway 50. Howard Furniture.
Here at Reggie Ford, 1 minute, 36 seconds in the second quarter. Tigers on top of the Indians now, 14-8. St. Stephen's returns the kickoff out to about the 28-yard line, and time for the Indians offense to come alive a little bit. They haven't done a whole lot here in the first half.
Yes, they have got still here with just over 1 minute to go in the opening half. 0 first down.
We got a timeout on the field as the Ford defense calls timeout. I think we want to get an update on that maiden game, which is underway at home against the Chase High Trojans. Danny Hips, our man on the scene tonight. And Danny, let's get an update on the Blue Devils and Trojans on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline.
Thanks, guys. This is Danny Hips in Maiden High School, where at the end of one quarter of play, it's the Blue Devils trailing the Chase Trojans 7-0. Both teams coming out very fired up. Had a big game early in the first quarter. Both teams going to the air, surprisingly connecting on several occasions. Quarterback Rodney Hoffman had a couple nice completions of plus 20 yards, but the big play came as the Chase Trojans quarterback Joe Dewberry connected just moments ago on a 72-yard touchdown pass to Chavez Kelly. The PAT was good by Rico Jones, and that's the way we end the first quarter here at Maiden. The Blue Devils trailing 7-0. This is Danny Hips on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline, and now we'll take it back to Dave and Juju.
Thanks, Danny. We'll keep you updated on the Blue Devils and Trojans tonight. Indians, St. Stephen's have the ball first and 10, 27-yard line. Back to pass is Bowman. He throws it downfield. Ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. Flag down, incomplete pass by the Indians.
We have a late hit on the quarterback. Is Stephen Westmoreland. Looks like he hit Leo just a little late after the incomplete pass.
So that'll bring a first down for the Indians. 15-yard penalty, so they'll get the ball way over the 40-yard line up to about the 44, and with a minute 30 to go, 90 seconds, Indians have a chance here to get back on the board. They trail for the first time tonight, 14-8. St. led from the get-go. They returned the opening kickoff for the touchdown. Bowman still at quarterback. Man in motion, Freeman. Bowman back to pass, short drop, he'll have to roll right. Looking downfield, fires, and tipped. Incomplete pass. That time by the Ford defense. As they got back into coverage that time, they came up with a good play.
Aaron Wilkie broke back from his linebacker position and broke up the pass for the Tigers, who have still yet to give up a first down on a play from scrimmage. That was St. Stephen's first down game, and it came on a penalty.
Statesville leading Newton-Conover 21-7 in the second quarter on the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Service scoreboard. Also, Bunker Hill High Brighton tied at 6 apiece. Mooresville 9 and South Caldwell nothing. Second and 10, 44-yard line. Again, Indians. Bowman back to pass, short drop, looks over to the left side, throws it, complete, flag down, and the receiver, Corey Kanzler, trips and falls across the 45, a short gain on the play, but a flag down in the St. Stephen's backfield. And so is Bowman, who's limping now. He's going to have to come off the field, and perhaps Justin Lale will come back in. Is that a holding call against St. Stephen?
It was a holding. Brian Jackson broke in from his defensive end position and was held. To make matters worse, the Indians, he actually made the sack, and we do have the quarterback is Herb.
And so the Indians are going to have to change quarterback. Lale's going to come back in there. The ball is back to the St. Stephen's 26. Doesn't look like much happening now. It's going to be second down and long. 1:17 to go here in the first half. Fred T. Ford 14 and St. Stephen's 8. Dave will send it back to you at Gurley Stadium.
Okay, Juju, 54 seconds left in the first half of play. The Red Devils have the ball after it was punted to them by the Greyhounds here. They got it on their own. own 20-yard line. To the right side comes Newton-Conover trying to dive up for the yardage, and about 5 or 6 on the carry. As in there goes LeDoux Wilson. Red Devils have hardly had the ball offensively at all tonight. I don't think LeDoux Wilson has carried the ball more than, 3 or 4 times.
That was his longest carry for 5 yards. Total now 11 yards. He's had 5 carries tonight.
Red Devils only have 1 first down in this ball game to show you how it's been. 21-7 the score. 24 seconds left. Second down is coming for Newton-Conover. The ball is at the 21-yard line. Scores from everywhere. Going back to Danny in just a moment. Chase was on top of Maiden 7-0 a moment ago. And this time the pass. Back deep. The left-handed fling downfield. Midfield gonna be incomplete at the 50-yard line. Cavario finger looked like he might have it, but it just wouldn't hang in there. And it goes incomplete at the 50-yard line.
The offense for the Red Devils has been quite flat tonight with the 1 first down, pretty much showing that. Defense has played well, but what has hurt them is some good conversions by the Statesville team. When they've needed to execute, they've converted on 6 different occasions on a 3rd or 4th down, and that's what kept drives going and led to the touchdowns. One turnover was turned into a touchdown as well.
3rd down and 5, and the handoff is straight up the middle, maybe a yard, and that should end the first half, and it does. No place to go for LeDoux Wilson, and at the half, the Red Devils of Newton-Conover head to the locker room with a big scoreboard here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium showing Statesville 21, Newton-Conover 7. They're even. High Brighton
coughed up the ball, and a couple possessions later, they drove to the 39-yard line of the Bears, only to cough up the ball once again. High Brighton has been a thorn in their own side, committing 7 penalties for a total of 75 yards. For Bunker Hill, it's been a story of big plays. One of their 2 scores came on a 84 kickoff return with 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. That being from Damon White, correct me on that, Chris Arndt, 84-yard kickoff return, and that tied the score at 6-all. With 1:06 remaining in the second quarter, John Camfett made a circus catch, so to speak, as he got the bobbled pass from the defensive back, took it in, 52-yard touchdown pass that gave the Bears a 12-6 lead. Throwing the ball was quarterback Ben Abernathy. Stat-wise, it's been all High Brighton. Bunker Hill has just 96 yards total offense, 48 rushing, while the Bears have 275 yards total offense, 228 rushing. So the Bears have dodged a bullet here tonight at Jeff Story Memorial Stadium thus far in the first half and find themselves on top by a score of 12-6. And it's as Coach Fawcett described in a pregame talk. He said this was a must-win situation pretty much, in that with 4 teams tied for second entering tonight in the Southern District 7 2A conference, and Bandy's on top and running away with the conference as they are right now. He said that he felt no one could afford to lose 2 games and make the playoffs. So this is a must-win for the Bears, this as well as throughout the rest of the season. As we stand at halftime, it's Bunker Hill 12, High Brighton 6. This is Davis Fisher reporting from High Brighton High School on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. Now back to Dave and Juju.
Thank you much, Davis. Good job there from High Brighton as the Bears on top at the end of the first half there. 21-7 the score here. Let's get a couple of the stats on the first half, although I'm not sure the Newton-Conover fans want to hear them, but we'll let you give them anyway, Ed.
Well, they're all painful. 9-1 first down lead for the Greyhounds, but even more impressive is the plays. 148 yards rushing for the Greyhounds, only 7 yards for the Red Devils. 15 yards in the air for Statesville, 55 yards in the air for Newton-Conover. So total offense, 163 yards on 41 plays compared to 16 plays and 72 yards for the Red Devils.
All right, thanks, Ed. Doing a great job keeping me straight, keeping the stats, and it's a 21-7 ball game here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. We're going to get the second half underway. Hang on, Dennis Binfield. I'm coming to you at Hickory High in 1 second. And Newton-Conover gets the return. Finger to the 20, 25 to the 28-yard line with a pretty good return. And and Newton-Conover will take over and start the second half of play at about the 29-yard line. Sure glad you're on the other end there, listening in tonight all across the Catawba Valley in your home. It's getting a little nippy outside. The breeze is blowing into the press box here. I'm going to have to start thinking about other clothing.
Me too.
I'm going to start wearing my undershirt.
Some of the other statistics, there were 3 turnovers by Newton-Conover. There were no turnovers by Statesville. One of those turnovers, a fumble, led to a touchdown by the Greyhounds. And on the ground for Statesville, two men are dominating. Travis Scott, 2 touchdowns, 81 yards. Corby Jones, 63 yards, does not have a touchdown. Ledoux Wilson, in comparison, has 12 yards in 6 carries, and like I said, the total rushing yards was only 7 for the whole team.
Second down now, and there was no gain that time, no yardage gain. You can see what happened. That play right there was pretty typical of what's been happening all night.
I'm afraid so.
As the Greyhounds just swarm on the ball carrier, and there's no place to run.
It looks like the Red Devils really have dropped a notch after the defeat last week by Bandy.
Here's the rush. He's going to pass it away. It's going to be caught back at the line of scrimmage. 5 yards, 6 yards gain as Ricky Weaver will get up to about the 37-yard line. So it'll be third down now coming for the Red Devils at their own 37-yard line.
The Devils going for their first down of the evening.
Just getting underway. Second half. We'll do this third down, and then we're switching it to Dennis Benfield. See what's going on with Hickory. 12-6 if you just turned us on. Bunker Hill leading High Brighton. 21-8. Fred T. Ford leading St. Stephen's. And here comes a long count.
There we got a first down. It'll be offsides against the defense.
And while they mark it off, Ed, why don't we send it to Hickory where Dennis Benfield standing by. Let's head there. And South Iredell and the Red Tornadoes are battling it out. And Dennis, it's yours now on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline.
Thanks, guys. This is Dennis Benfield again at Frank Barker Stadium, where the Red Tornadoes are trying to break out of a 3-game losing streak against South Iredell's Vikings. Hickory leads 21-3 here at halftime, but the first quarter was interesting. First half, was interesting to say the least. The Red Tornadoes squandered a 90-yard kickoff return on the very first play of the game, and then was able to swap punts with South Iredell before taking the ball in on a 9-yard pass to Tim Swanson and Miniel Flowers. Swanson went on to throw another touchdown pass to Flowers of 43 yards. That was 3:20 to play, and that came on the first play after the third of 3 consecutive South Iredell fumbles lost between the 5.5-minute mark and the 3-minute mark. So in 2.5 minutes, they lost 3 fumbles. Then Swanson ran one in at 1:41 in the second quarter to make it a 21-3 game after a pass from Flowers to Swanson.
There, hang on. The ball is going to be at the 45-yard line. We'll get this first play, and then I'm coming to you, Juju. All right, this time the pitch back is going to be to Wilson. Ledoux's got a hold of the 40-35, knocks somebody down literally and dives forward to the 20-yard line.
Davey ran over number 11, Tim Colbert, and tripped as he stepped on him. He would have been gone, I believe.
Yep. He literally knocked him down. He lowered the shoulder and literally flattened his man and went on for another 10 yards. A 25-yard carry by Ledoux Wilson puts a little fire in the Newton-Conover offense. The ball is at the 21-yard line. At the 21, it'll be Newton-Conover's ball. Let's keep it right here for a second, Juju, and then we'll go wide to the left side. His finger is over there. And this time, up the middle, and no place to go as the Red Devils try to find some running room. Taylor Spencer's your quarterback, and he was going down as Ricky Weaver went by, and he hands him the ball. So it's going to be second down and 10. The ball is at the 20 as I switch you live to Juju at Fred T. Ford as they get started in the second half in that ball game as well. Juju?
Dave, thanks. We're just underway in the second half. Fred T. Ford received the kickoff and returned it back down to about the 27-yard line. And here's B.J. Walton on the first carry of the second half. Head down, continues to churn for yardage across the 35-yard line, up close to the 40, close to a first down, a gain of about 10 or so. throw and a good strong run by B.J. Walton. He had 2 touchdowns in the first half and over 100 yards rushing, and Tommy picked up where he left off.
Actually, Juju had 105 yards. That 11-yard carry right there puts him at 116 yards for the night.
Ford scores in closing seconds on a great run by Walton to give them the 21-8 lead, and Ford gets it to start the second half. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Dave will send it back to you now at Gurley Stadium and see if the Red Devils can get a little closer to Statesville. That's about the 46-yard.
Thank you, Juju. Thanks, Juju. Here we go. We got it. Okay, let's see. It's going to be at about the 20-yard line. A sweep to the right side. Found no running room. Ed this time around.
We had 3rd and 5 for the Red Devils. They tried Ledoux going to the right, but he was caught behind the line of scrimmage. So now we're going to have a 4th down. Looks like it's going to be about 7 yards to go. 7 and almost 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Got to check a couple of scores for you in 1 second on the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Service scoreboard. Coming up, we'll do that right now. They head up to the line of scrimmage. Just a couple of those area scores.
Bunker Hill 12-6 over High Brighton. Fred T. Ford 21-8 over St. And Hickory 21-3 over South Iredell.
4th down is coming now. The Red Devils are going to go for it. Here comes the pass. A rush. He breaks out of the pocket. Still running with the football. Headed to the left side. Cuts back on the inside and finally going to be knocked down. There's flags down. Almost made the 1st down. Taylor Spencer just was getting close. And let's see what that flag is going to be about. Boy, he runs out there with that football just hanging out wide, doesn't he?
I enjoy watching a left-handed quarterback. It's just something unique and distinctive about him. And Taylor would try with all his heart. He ran about 30 yards, but he's come up a couple of yards short.
So it'll be Statesville's ball, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds as they take over, as Newton-Conover is not able to get that 1st down.
Penalty was against the Red Devils. It was a clip. So it's 1st and 10 Statesville now with 7 minutes, 20 seconds left. In the 3rd quarter, it's 21-7 Statesville.
At the 14-yard line now. We'll get this 1st down play and maybe catch a couple of the other area scores as well. Here come the Greyhounds. And this time it's going to be up the middle. Not much running room there as Poirier gives it to Travis Scott. He's been the leading ball carrier for the Greyhounds tonight. Let's look at a couple of those scores.
On the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Services scoreboard, West Iredell is still trailing West Caldwell 14-7. South Caldwell trails Mooresville 9-0. Chase now trails Maiden 8-6. Shelby still ahead of Cherryville 7-0. West Lincoln and Bessemer City still scoreless.
Here come the Greyhounds wide to the left side, and there's no place for Jones on the carry as the Red Devils come through, knock him down. A couple of good defensive plays.
More scores from the Douglas Mobile Home Parts scoreboard. Alexander 14-3 over McDowell. East Burke and Watauga still 6-6. And Freedom 14-0 over Crest.
Going to Maiden in 1 second here as we keep moving you around. Danny Hips is there. Why don't we just don't fool around? Better not. Wheeler will have a heart attack if I leave on a 3rd down play. Boy, what's this about you being on vacation all last week anyway?
You just about had to do it by yourself tonight. Of course, that'd have been better.
Yeah, you almost scared me there. I said, good gosh. I don't even know who the players are or what game I'm supposed to if Ed doesn't show up. You walk back in the door from vacation just in time for that's loyalty. I appreciate that. Probably made the wife come back home early for the vacation just so you could help me out. Thank you.
We won't go too deep into that. Zach Spiegel made the stop. It's 4th down now for Statesville. Let's go to Maiden.
Wait a minute. That's the reason she said to me on the phone this afternoon, we came back just for you. Let's take you to Danny Hips at Maiden. Chase and Maiden are battling it out, and it's all yours at the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. Danny.
Thanks, guys. This is Danny Hips at Maiden High School, and we're at the half, and the Blue Devils are out in front over the Chase Trojans by a score of 8-7, and it's been quite a football game thus far, and I'm sure it will continue to be so. The Chase Trojans got on the board early and went up for the score 7-0 with a 72-yard pass play from quarterback Joe Dewberry to receiver Travis Kelly. The kick was good, and the Trojans were out in front 7-0 on the ensuing kickoff. The Blue Devils took over at their own 9-yard
yard line and marched 91 yards down the field in 16 plays, taking up 6 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock, and connected quarterback Rodney Hoffman connected on a 14-yard pass play on a 4th down and goal situation to senior wide receiver Ryan Coulter. That made the score made the score 7-6. Then the Blue Devils were successful on their 2-point conversion on a toss sweep by Cedric Shuford to make the score at the half. Blue Devils 8, Chase 7. The game has been very close so far. The man for the Blue Devils continues to be Cedric Shuford, pounding out on the ground with 18 carries for 110 yards. The Chase Trojans have been led by quarterback Joe Dewberry, who is 3 for 4 with 111 yards in the air, 72 of those coming in one pass play, the scoring pass play. The Blue Devils lead the first down march by a score of 9-5, 6 of those coming on the last drive, and total offense is neck and neck at about 150 yards apiece. So the Trojans and Blue Devils are in a battle and continue to fight it out here in the second half. Those second half will be coming up momentarily. We are at the half where the Blue Devils are out in front, 8-6. With that, we'll take it back to the guys at Newton-Conover and Fred T. Ford. Take her away, Dave and Juju.
Thanks much, Danny. Good job as usual. Big third down play just in time here. Newton-Conover's got the ball on the third down and back to throw. The pass is going to be deep and incomplete, unfortunately. So in the air, Taylor Spencer was one to go to Scott Wilson, but it will fall incomplete and bring up the 4th down situation now with 3 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock. Third quarter of play.
Ledoux Wilson made a good block there, David. Middle linebacker was blitzing, and he picked him up great, and I was hoping to be able to say that completion was set up by Ledoux's block. He did save Caleb from getting pummeled.
4th down. And here come the Red Devils. Avery Stewart will be back. Nice foot he has, and he puts it in there, and it's going to be a high, lofty one with a fair catch called at the 32-yard line, and that's where Statesville will take over. 3:44 on the clock. They'll have the ball on their own 33-yard line. The Greyhounds leading it 21-7 here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. Let's go back to Juju and Tom. They are at Fred T. Ford as the Indians and the Tigers are battling it out, and we're covering it live here on the Sports Voice. Juju?
Hey, thanks a lot. 6:34 to go in the third quarter. It's Fred T. Ford 21 and St. Stephen's 8. Moments ago, the Indians coming up with one of their better offensive plays. A little pass play over on the right side, a wide receiver screen to, I believe, Corey Kanzler. He reversed his field and took it on the left side all the way across the field and picked up good yardage, Tom, on that pass play to get really the Indians out of the hole. They were backed up way in their own territory.
Play did cover 27 yards. It was their longest play from scrimmage. And here on first down, they took back to the ground, and they got 0 yards on that carry. Still 2nd and 10. For the game rushing, St. Stephen's has got exactly the 4 yards of offense on the ground.
They have it right now at their own 39-yard line. It's 2nd down and about 10, maybe 2nd and 9. Right now, Ford leads at 21-8, 5:44 to go in the third quarter. Tim Bowman is the quarterback right now. Wishbone formation. Bowman, the sophomore. They've been rotating quarterbacks tonight, the Indians have. Bowman will go on the option, sweep right, and he'll pitch it to Jamal Freeman, who slips and falls at the Indians' backfield and lost on the play, back to about the 35-yard line. That play did not have a chance to go as Freeman got the football, tried to cut on the corner, Tom, and he slipped and his feet came out.
Freeman, ever since breaking that kickoff return, he has struggled from the tailback position. He's carried it 5 times, negative 10 yards. His only success tonight was on that 93-yard kickoff return.
And Freeman, the second leading rusher in the Western Foothills Conference with 450 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns. Indians will split receivers, both sides. Man goes in motion. Back to pass is Bowman. He'll look to his left, throws it downfield. Man open and caught and dropped. As the Indians try to go downfield, it would have been a little short of the first down as they tried to go to Freeman out of the backfield. Good coverage that time by Ben Eggers. The linebacker had Freeman covered and going to force the Indians now to a punting situation. 4th down and 15. They have the ball at their own 35. Willie Sean Hopper now is the punter for the Indians. He's back standing at his own 22-yard line. Ford has 10 men on the line of scrimmage, and here they come on the rush, and Hopper gets it away awfully quick, and kind of an end-over-end kick, but White picks it up on the dead run again before he's surrounded by 3 Indian players at his own 40-yard line, brought down. Flags come flying in as well, so Ford's going to get the football, it looks like, in pretty good field position at around their own 40-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go in the third. It's Fred T. Ford 21 and St. Stephen's 8. Dave, will send it back to you now at Gurley Stadium.
Pass is down, and it's going to be incomplete down there at about the 24-yard line, as Lee Hallman was down defensively for the Red Devils on a big play there, Ed.
Yes, it was. Lee almost had a sack, but Perlier shook him off, and that was definitely the reason the pass was not completed. The quarterback shook him down and came up throwing, and it fell incomplete.
Greyhounds are going to have to punt him away here with 1:17 left on the clock in the third quarter of play in a 21-7 ball game. Statesville is on top of Newton-Conover. There's your snap, and there it is. It's going to be taking a bounce all the way into the end zone. So they'll bring it back out, and the Red Devils will take the ball with 1:11 on the clock. Some of the scores again coming in. Bunker Hill leading High Brighton 12-6. Fred T. Ford over St. Stephen's 21-8. Hickory over South Iredell 21-3. And Maiden is leading Chase 8-6. And of course we got live coverage all across the valley from Danny Hibbs, Dennis Benfield, Juju, Tom Neff there at Ford, and Davis Fisher as well. All the other scores are coming in. Our studio engineer for tonight's broadcast is Buddy Parham, doing his usual great job, and Mike Sherrill's gathering the scores for us and coordinating the hotline reporters. Here comes the run, left side. Red Devils find some running room. Alvin Gibson goes to the left side and takes it up to about the 45-yard line before he's going to be chased out of bounds on the far side of the field. And we made a note that third quarter play a little more aggressive for the Red Devils of Newton-Conover, and maybe with a little more attitude, Ed.
It's the 4th first down for the offense here in the second half. The first drive gained 3 first downs, but no points. Conversely, the defense has allowed only 1 first down. It's been 2 punts for Statesville in the third quarter.
1st and 10 here. The ball is at the 40. And let's see, here comes the pass. It's going to be caught. Finger close to the first down, awfully close. As going to the air is Spencer, and Finger catches the ball, makes the diving attempt, and he may have been injured a little bit on the play. He's slow getting up right now. He's just on his back.
It's a great play by Finger because Spencer was looking to the right side. Finger saw that he needed to come back and make himself open, which he did, and he made a very nice catch coming back to the ball. It's about a yard short of the first down. He's still down, and we have a timeout.
And Shook Family Chiropractic brings us the injury reports. Hopefully Cavario Finger's going to be just fine, as Dr. Eric Shook invites you to see him. He's proud to provide quality care for better health in downtown Newton. And we'll take a break as it's 4 minutes, 90 seconds left in the third quarter. 49 seconds left in the third quarter play. Get it right, Dave, as we got live exclusive coverage.
Obituary line, which provides you with information about the upcoming funeral services and family visitation. That number is 464-4606. You'll also get information about upcoming activities of Pathways of Catawba County, Drum Funeral Home of Conover, and Willis Reynolds Funeral Home of Newton.
Now's a good time to visit Everett Chevrolet and check out their 99 specials. A brand new Cavalier 2-door starts as low as $11,871, and a 4-door Cavalier starts at just $11,971. New Malibus as low as $15,950. Everett Chevrolet has the 99 Metros up to half-ton full-size trucks, 18 models with $500 to $2,000 rebates. 98 model cars, $500 to $3,500 rebates. Check out these and other great buys at Everett Chevrolet, Highway 70 Hickory, the best place to trade in the Carolinas.
Back here, the Red Devils got a first down as LeDoux Wilson made a nice run up the middle. But on the 1st and 10 on that carry, there was no place to go as Kaylor Spencer hands off the football straight up the middle to LeDoux Wilson again.
Cavario Finger is fine, Dave. He came off the field, looked like he was in good shape.
I think he landed on that football when he caught it and came down on it.
As a matter of fact, he was a member of the team on that play. He and Scott Wilson are shuttling the plays in and out. Red Devils got a lot more inspiration celebration. I think maybe they had a prayer meeting at halftime.
I think you're right. As they move the ball against the Greyhounds with a big 15-yard. Somebody got a hold of a face mask. You can't do that. So it's going to be down to the 30-yard line, and I'm going to go to Juju, but it's 1st and 10. Juju here as the Red Devils take it up to the line, and the ball is at the 30-yard line.
And that's the end of the third quarter.
And so that's the end of 3 quarters of play here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. The score here, Statesville 21 and Newton-Conover 7. The Red Devils are on the move, though. Bunker Hill leading High Brighton. Fred T. Ford on top of St. Stephen's. Hickory is leading South Iredell, and Maiden is on top of Chase as we cover all the Valley football live, exclusive here, 6:30 and 12:30 a.m. WNNC, Newton-Conover, Maiden, Claremont, Catawba, and WIRC, Hickory, Lenore, Morganton, Taylorsville, Statesville.
When savings on your mind, call Mid-State.
At Mid-State Contractors, they have a little phrase that sums up their philosophy. No job too large or too small. Since 1944, Mid-State Contractors has been growing steadily, and today they can tackle any assignment, from subdivisions and parking lots to driveways and tennis courts. Call for a free estimate and get their guarantee of satisfaction. Only at Mid-State Contractors, located on Highway 7 East, Hickory.
Mid-State is our name. Paving is our game.
So you're thinking about getting a home equity loan from us, huh, Tom?
Yeah, we need it for Nancy's college.
Hard to believe she's 18. Seems like only yesterday.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, you know how this loan works, don't you, Tom? It's like a line of credit. You can take out only what you need, and for now, just pay the interest, which is most likely tax deductible.
So how do I qualify?
Oh, you've got it, Tom. Just a matter of filling out the papers.
Great.
And give Nancy a big hug for me, will you?
Sure. Thanks a lot.
People's Bank. Our name says it all. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Here it is going to be a second down now for the Red Devils of Newton-Conover. The ball is at the 30-yard line as Spencer is ready and again tosses it to the right corner. It looks like Ledoux Wilson's got a hole. He's got the first down and going to be dumped out of bounds at that point in time, but it's a first down run for Ledoux Wilson. The ball is inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Let's switch you to Maiden now. Blue Devils and Chase battling it out, and Danny Hips is our man on the scene on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. Danny.
Thanks, guys. This is Danny Hips back at Maiden High School, where the Blue Devils come out, take the ball in the second half, and pick up right where they left off. Quarterback Rodney Hoffman once again completing a long pass to Ryan Coulter for an 85-yard touchdown completion. The play came on 3rd down and 12 from the Blue Devils' 15-yard line. So the Blue Devils now on the night with a pair of touchdown passes from quarterback Rodney Hoffman to wide receiver Ryan Coulter. The point after is no good. So with 10:25 to go in the 3rd period, it's the Blue Devils out in front of the Chase Trojans 14-7. That will take it back to Dave and Juju.
All right, thank you much. As we can stay in touch with that ball game, too. Danny Hips is on the scene. Second down here, and about 8 yards to go. The Red Devils back. Spencer wants to toss the pass. He's incomplete. Going for Cavario Finger, but Finger didn't hold on to it. I think he was ready to turn around and run with the ball. And sometimes you do that before you really catch it, so it'll be an incompleted pass and to bring up the 3rd down now at about 8 yards to go as the Red Devils are threatening. Juju, give me a quickie there, and I'm going to come back to you for a little bit more in just a second. What's going on there in your battle at St. Stephen's and Fred T. Ford?
Dave, Fred T. Ford has just scored another touchdown, a 1-yard run by Jarrell Walton. Capped a nice drive by the Tigers. A little run, a little pass, and Walton capped it off with a touchdown run. An extra point made it with under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's Fred T. Ford 28 and St. Stephen's 8. After the Indians scored first in this game, Ford has now run off 4 straight touchdowns, takes a commanding lead. We'll take it back to you now at Gurley Stadium.
Taylor Spencer, that pass is going to be in the end zone. Scott Wilson has caught it. He leaps up and gets the touchdown catch. And Newton-Conover scores here with 2 minutes and 58 seconds on the clock. As the Red Devils go to the air successfully with a touchdown. Spencer to Wilson. It's a 21-13 ball game.
Very impressive 80-yard drive. There were 5 first downs and 7 plays.
Here comes the point after attempt. It's going to be up, and it's going to be good. Avery Stewart puts it to the uprights, and it's going to be a 21-14 ball game now with 10 minutes and 58 seconds on the clock left in the ball game as Statesville leads Newton-Conover. Bunker Hill leads High Brighton. Fred T. Ford leads St. Stephen's. Hickory on top of South Iredell, and Maiden is beating Chase. All right here, live and exclusive on the Sports Roy.
The goal of every nationwide agent has always been to provide the best possible auto insurance at the best possible cost. Hello, I'm Eddie Smith, your local nationwide agent. Please call me or stop by my office on Highway 127 in Beaumont, across from Galaxy Foods.
For all your decorating needs, visit Village Interiors Carpet One. You'll find a great selection of carpet, vinyl or hardwood flooring, oriental rugs, ceramic tile, wallpaper, blinds, and countertops. Your flooring and decorating connection is Village Interiors Carpet One, Highway 70 across from the Speedway.
A surprise gift of flowers can say a lot to a special person. ABC Florist has an arrangement for every sentiment and every occasion. There's always a reason to show you care. Call 466-1234. ABC Florist, South College Avenue, downtown Newton.
Geppetto's Pizza is the Valley's favorite pizzeria with good reason. Come taste the freshest pizza, salad, subs, pasta, and incredible breadsticks. Open till 10 p.m. 7 days a week for eat-in or carry-out. Geppetto's Pizza, across from the State Theater in downtown Newton, and now a second location on Springs Road in Hickory.
10 minutes, 50 seconds left in this ball game at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. Temperatures dropping. It's a cool Friday night. A good one for football in the Catawba Valley. See some snuggling up going on down there in the stands. Good way to keep warm. Best way to keep warm. All right, here comes the handoff up the middle on the 1st and 10 as the Greyhounds have the football now.
Dave, I believe the Red Devil Lions have decided they're going to be in charge in the second half. They have really improved their play.
Absolutely. Jones on the carry, not any running room, maybe a yard. Let's call it 2nd down and 9. 21-14 here, 10:29 on the clock as the Greyhounds have the ball. We're going to switch you back to Juju in 1 second. More reports are coming in, too, as well. Hang on. Get some other scores, too, in just one after this play. They can stop the play, though.
Delay.
Flags go down. It may have been delay of game. While they're deciding that, why don't you pick up a few scores from outside the area on the Douglas Mobile Home Parts and Service Friday night scoreboard.
Okay, we've got West Crest Chargers are now tied with Freedom 14-14. Watauga and East Burke are still tied 6-6. McDowell and Alexander, the score is now Alexander 21 and McDowell 10. In Mooresville, they're now ahead of South Caldwell 22-0. Bessemer City and West Lincoln are still tied at 0-0. West Caldwell has now moved up 20-7 over West Iredell.
All right, back here, the Greyhounds may have got a first down run up to the 40-yard line. And straight ahead football, but Travis Scott on the play. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. The ball is going to be at the 39-yard line. 9:54 on the clock, 21-14. Hounds got the ball, and they lead it in this ball game as I send you back to Juju and Tom at Fred T. Ford. Juju?
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We are just getting ready to start the 4th quarter here, and it's Fred T. Ford 28 and St. Stephen's 8. Boy, the game changed a lot, Tom, as the Tigers scored the closing seconds of the first half, and this last drive to get their 28-point, their 4th touchdown of the night, nice-looking drive, they mixed it with the run and the pass.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of everything there. Randall Boss got hot, hit 3 passes in a row to start the drive. The 3 passes combined totaled 68 yards to 3 different receivers, and we also saw the emergence of BJ's younger brother, Jarrell, who caught 1 pass for 24 yards and then eventually carried in the touchdown.
And Walton gets the score. That's the 3rd touchdown for Walton tonight. Earlier, BJ had 2 touchdowns and also touchdown pass from Randall Boss to David Rodas, capping the scoring for the Tigers. The only touchdown tonight for St. Stephen's, the opening kickoff, a 92-yard run by Jamel Freeman. He also also tacked on the 2-point conversion. The Indians led at 1 point by a score of 8-0. But it's been all 4 since, and the Tigers have the football now inside. Actually, it's at about the 27-yard line. Fred T. Ford's own 27. They'll hand it off this time to Jarrell Walton. He'll break across the 30 up to about the 33. He'll pick up pretty good yardage, and it should be a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. So, Tom, we're starting to see some of the Ford running attack really take control here.
It's a number of players. Jarrell Walton has emerged the last 2 or 3 weeks. Dan Eggers got hurt 3 games ago, and they worked him back in slowly. Meanwhile, Jarrell, first game 2 weeks ago, gained 80 yards and had a touchdown. He's playing more and more, even though Eggers has returned.
And the offense starting, we've only seen, what, 1 major turnover tonight for the Fred T. Ford offense, so they've cut back on the turnovers a bit. They have 28 points on the board, and we start the 4th quarter. The Tigers on top, 28-8 here at Fred T. Ford. Dave, we'll send it back to you now at Gurley Stadium.
Now the Red Devils have dug in here, Juju. This game's certainly not over with 7 minutes and 53 seconds on the clock. 21-14, Ed. A procedure called against Statesville, and they're going to have to punt it away on the 4th down and long now. And the Red Devils will get the ball back with about 7:50 short on the clock.
Defense is rising to the occasion. They stopped this drive after 1 first down. They only have 2 first downs in the second half now.
Big difference in this team in the first half, team. Here comes the kick, and it's going to take a roll and be down at about the 24-yard line. Almost thought about picking it up, but decided against it, and it'll roll, and Newton-Conover will take over 1st and 10 at about the 24-yard line. A 21-14 game with 7:32 on the clock as the Red Devils take it over here, and it's Bunker Hill winning their ball game against High Brighton 12-6. You heard what Juju said about the Tigers and St. Stephen's as Fred T. Ford in command there. Hickory on top of South Iredell 21-3. We're going back to Hickory and Dennis Benville in just a second. And a 14-7 ball game. Maiden is on top of Chase. That one's close too. Here come the Red Devils. Taylor Spencer, the quarterback, wants to look and picks it out at the last second. Cavario Finger cuts the corner inside. He's got a close to a 1st down run. And the ball gets fumbled and finally going to be picked up, and it looks like the Greyhounds are going to take the football. Another break. That means the Red Devils will give it up. It's the 3rd time tonight Newton-Conover has lost the ball on the fumble, this time at about the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Statesville Greyhounds.
Ooh, a big turnover there.
Yep, it was. Red Devils had that momentum going. The defense had come out and done their job and handed it back to the offense. Another fumble. 1st and 10. Here come the Greyhounds now, heading it back in the other direction. And the handoff is straight up the middle. Big tackle and brought down. No place to go. Scott, that was a big tackle. Who had him there?
Zach Spiegel.
Spiegel got him and just hung on and finally flung him to the ground. 2nd down and 9.
That was Scott, who's run very well tonight. He has 107 yards and 22 carries.
So the ball is going to be 2nd down. Greyhounds moving with it in Newton-Conover territory at the 38. They lead it 21-14. The pitch back and no place. Red Devils swarm on Jones as he's to the line of scrimmage at about a half a yard, and that's going to be it for him.
We got Alvin Gibson, Brian James, and Ricky Weaver in on that stop.
Gang tackling at its best, and the Rebel Devils have done a good job of that this season. You see some great individual tackles, but then you see a lot of tackles where there's 3 or 4 jerseys getting the ball off the pile. 3rd down. Big play here. Maybe the Red Devils can get it back again quickly. 3rd down and 8. The ball is at the 38-yard line. Newton-Conover territory. The Greyhounds with it. This time the quick screen pass to the corner. Back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to have the 1st down. To the left corner to the 29-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down catch and run for the Greyhounds.
Erskine Summers made that reception, Dave, and I believe it's going to be close.
I may be wrong. You're right. He dove forward, and I thought he got across, but it's not going to be. It's 4th down and short. Excuse me. It's real short, but it's still a 1st down play, and the Red Devils have got a chance here at least to hold them off. 5:39. Greyhounds, of course, going for it here on the play on the 4th and short. Here comes the handoff. He's got it. Straight ahead football. Hard to stop that Scott guy as he puts his head down and goes right into the line for the 1st down. 5:32 left left in the ball game, 21-14. So the Greyhounds keep the drive alive with that first down run.
That's the first time the Red Devils defense has allowed an important conversion like that in the second half.
First and 10. The ball is at the 28-yard line. This time, the handoff left side. It's going to be, again, Scott. Travis Scott gets 4 or 5 yards, running to the left. 5 minutes left in the ball game here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. Little breeze blowing in. Nippy. Second down at the 21. Greyhounds moving with it wide to the left side. 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. And here comes the handoff this time. Left corner. Second and third effort again by Travis Scott. And it's going to be good for the first down. So the Hounds have taken that fumble and now have taken the ball inside the 15-yard line of Newton-Conover with 4 minutes and 33 seconds showing on the clock. Don't forget, we got some great action coming up this weekend. Tomorrow, it's going to be the Duke Blue Devils and the Wake Forest Demon Deacons at 5:30 broadcast time right here on 6:30 a.m. A lot of folks have been calling and thanking us for carrying the Blue Devils this year. We got them on 6:30 a.m. Appalachian State Mountaineers having a good year against the Furman Paladins. 2:30 tomorrow afternoon with Mike Waddell doing the play-by-play for us right here on 12:30 a.m. Inside the 10 go the Greyhounds with a quick straight-up-the-middle run. That time, again, Travis Scott on the carry. 4 minutes, 5 seconds left.
Very good carries by Scott, and that's a reception to Summers. And the backs are getting close to being broken here. That's just a crucial turnover there. Just so unfortunate. But again, just another turnover for the Red Devils who got them in trouble.
All right. Panthers on Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys. 12 noon broadcast. Here comes the Travis Scott run to the left side. He got, I believe, inside the 5-yard line, but there's going to be a flag down on the play. 3:38 on the clock. We're going back to Danny and Maiden in just a second. Chase and the Blue Devils going on. Holding is going to be called, looks like.
Now, that's a big play.
So they'll come back against the Greyhounds and back it up a little bit.
Scott had worked his way up to 130 yards rushing.
Davis Fisher is at High Brighton for us tonight. We'll get a report again from him as I switch you back to High Brighton. But the Bears were winning, and you just turned us on tonight. Thanks for being here, too.
The ball was back to the 16, Dave, so it's 2nd and 12.
3:30 left in the ball game. And here come the Greyhounds again. This time, same play, same guy, and he's tackled. Travis Scott brought down. Lee Hallman was the guy that says, you ain't going this time. And he got him behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like maybe a loss of a half a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down now and 11. 3rd and 11 as the Red Devils in on the stop. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Newton-Conover trying to get the football back. They gave it up by way of the fumble just a moment ago. 3 fumbles tonight for the Red Devils.
The Greyhounds have run 4 minutes off the clock. That might be what really does the Red Devils in.
All right, here comes the run to the right side, and a couple of yards there for Jones. He carries the ball, looks like to about the 12-yard line where he's going to be stopped on the play. So it'll be 4th down coming now for the Greyhounds. And we may go for the 3-pointer. Yep, they got to go for 3. Looks like it's going to be from about the 17-yard line, a 27-yard attempt for the Statesville Greyhounds.
Cam Sellers will make the kick.
And here comes the snap. It's down. Sellers puts it up, and it's going to be good. So a 3-pointer for the Greyhounds of Statesville with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the ball game. 23-14 is our score here. When we come back, I'm taking the Hickory High, going back to Maiden, and Juju standing by 2 at Fred T. Ford. All of that's on the way as we cover it all live and exclusive all across the Catawba Valley here on the Sport Boys.
Year-round comfort in your home's not only possible, but affordable, too, thanks to Root Heat Pumps and Swink Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Warmth in winter and refreshing coolness in summer. Call David or Nora Swink about installing a new Root Heat Pump. You'll be amazed how much more comfortable your home will be with a new Root. Year-round comfort at a price that's easily affordable, whether it's 10 degrees or 110. You'll feel just right with a Root Heat Pump from Swink Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Highway 10 at Mount Olive Church Road, Newton.
Howard Furniture in Denver is your one-stop home furnishing and decorating center for quality appliances by GE, bedding by Serta, and carpeting by Mohawk. And an excellent display of wonderful furniture for every room in your home. Not only that, Howard Furniture provides the advice of a professional interior decorator to assist with your selection of floor coverings, wall coverings, countertops, accessories, ceramic tile, hardwood floors, and laminated floors. Howard Furniture does it all. From Newton on Highway 16, take a left on Highway 50. Howard Furniture.
Back here, the Red Devils get a nice return to the 39-yard line as Newton-Conover gets the Statesville kickoff, and it's going to be LeDoux Wilson on the return to the 39. 2:02 left, first half. Red Devils have the ball. It's 1st and 10 now for Newton-Conover. Let's go to Hickory. Dennis Benfield is there. Let's find out what's going on. The Red Tornadoes were up on top of South Iredell. Let's check back in live with you at Hickory. Dennis on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline.
Thanks, guys. This is Dennis Benfield at Frank Barger Stadium in Hickory, and the Red Tornadoes have command in this ball game now over South Iredell, 35-10, and they're just about to score again as play went up the middle to the big fullback Kerwin Graham, and he was stopped short at about the 1-yard line. But Hickory's highlight in this game was a couple of kickoff returns from Brandon Mishaw. Mishaw had a 100-yard kickoff return with the after the last South Iredell touchdown, a 30-yard run by Dominic Scott. Mishaw came back just 13 seconds later with a 100-yard kickoff return that has to be the longest you can have in high school football. Mishaw also had a 39-yard run earlier in the third quarter, and between these two teams, they scored 21 points in about 2.5 minutes in the third quarter after playing most of the third quarter with no score. As it is right now, the Red Tornadoes have been penalized back to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal, and that's where we are at this moment. Hickory High leading South Iredell 35-10. This is Dennis Benfield at Frank Barger Stadium in Hickory for the Coca-Cola Football Hotline.
Thanks, Dennis. While we're away, the Red Devils were just scurrying up to the line and firing them off, Ed, hoping to get something going with 1 minute 25 seconds short on the clock. It's 4th down now at about 12. Back to throw. And let's see, running out of the pocket, he's going to be sacked. Taylor Spencer just could not find anybody to throw the ball to. So Spencer's going to go down, and the Greyhounds may have sealed it for sure there at about the 34-yard line. They'll be taking over 1st and 10 at the 34. Let's see how the Bears are doing. Let's go to High Brighton. Bunker Hill is there. Davis Fisher is there as we check in on the Bears on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. Davis?
This is Davis Fisher from High Brighton High School, where it is the Bunker Hill Bears and the High Brighton Panthers battling as we have just entered the 4th quarter. Bunker Hill leads by a score of 26-14. It's been a Jekyll and Hyde for the Bunker Hill Bears offense after gaining just 96 total yards total offense in the first half. The Bears have come out in the third quarter, had 121 yards total offense, led by running back Ben Finger with 63 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns as the Bears have bolted out to a 26-14 lead over the Panthers. We have just entered the 4th quarter. This is Davis Fisher reporting from High Brighton High School on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. Now back to Dave and Gigi.
All right, thank you very much, Davis. 1 minute 18 seconds on the clock. It's 1st and 15. The Greyhounds have the ball here. 5-yard penalty assessed against Statesville. Handoff straight ahead and no place to run. So it'll be 2nd down at about 15. Juju, I'm going to send it back to you, kind of get a feel of where you are and what's happening there as the Fred T. Ford Tigers and St. St. Stephen's are going at it, and the Tigers had the commanding lead a moment ago. Juju, it's to you at Ford as Newton-Conover calls a timeout here.
Dave, we have a stoppage in play here. We're in the fourth quarter with 7:21 to go, and Fred D. Ford has just scored again. The Tigers now lead 34-8 over the Indians at St. Stephen's. Moments ago, a big run by Jeremy Dula and a nice-looking play, Tom, on an option, and Dula took it the distance, 67 yards.
With the option, Boss held it as long as he could. He may have even went past the line of scrimmage, but he was backwards lateral. Dula took it 67 yards. He's now carried it 6 times for 130 yards.
And Dula scored the touchdown, but Boss injured on the play, and he is being tended to out on the field. And a couple of the trainers from, in fact, officials from both schools, St. Stephen's and Fred D. Ford. Boss is now up. Like he may have just got shook up a little bit. They're not checking his legs or anything like that, but he did get hit. He had a nice option running down the line of scrimmage, and he almost crossed the line. Right before he did, he pitched it, got hit. It was a perfect pitch, Tom, and Dula caught it in stride. It did break stride and took it the distance. So big play by the Ford Tigers, and they've really picked it up, Tom, running the ball here in the second half.
They've carried the ball. They've got 330 yards offense on the ground, and Boston's thrown for over 100. So total domination by the Tigers ever since that kickoff return.
And there's the extra point up and good by the Tigers as James Raven tacks on his, fifth extra point tonight. So with 7:21 to go in the fourth quarter, Dave, it looks as if the Fred D. Ford Tigers are going to win their third straight Western Foothills Conference game and go 5-2 on the season. And if this score holds and Mooresville hangs on, and looks like they're doing it, they're leading South Caldwell 22-0. It's going to be the Tigers and the Mooresville Blue Devils battling back here at Ford next week for the lead in the Western Foothills Conference. And we'll have that game part of our coverage next week. But right now, Ford's in front and in command, 35-8, midway through the fourth quarter. Dave will take it back to you now at Gurley Stadium.
More icing on the cake here, Juju, as the Greyhounds of Statesville's Ben Crenshaw goes running down the left sidelines for a touchdown and makes it a 30-14 ball game. Statesville leading Newton-Conover with 55 seconds showing on the clock in the ball game. Don't forget, it's going to be the Locker Room Show coming up with Dave Moser in just a few following our play-by-play coverage of the games tonight. He'll have scores, he'll have reports, he'll have information and fun coming up tonight all the way up until 11 o'clock, where it's RPM Radio NASCAR Now. It's a new feature. Dave's doing a great job, and hang around for it. You'll get all the scores from all across western North Carolina and our hotline reports coming in for the finals, etc. tonight as Dave and Dwayne make the airways here on the Sports Voice.
Dave, the Red Devils came back hard in the second half, and were in position to get down and maybe take the lead. Big turnover. Statesville capitalized, drove down, ate up 4 minutes. Maybe even more important than kicking the field goal, which put them up by 10. Newton-Conover had one series, could not generate anything, and here this scat back just blitzed right up the middle, 39 yards to definitely put the game out of reach, 30-14.
And here comes the Statesville kick with 55 seconds left. The 1 yard line, back up to the 10. Finger to the 15, 20, 25. He's going to be 30, 35. Finally going to be at the 48-yard line. And not quite, about the 39, where he's going to be dropped on the play. LeDoux Wilson in there. We're going to Danny. And he'll be back in just a second with Cindy DeMaiden in 1 second. Let's get this one here. See what happens for a couple of plays quickly. Statesville is going to win it 30-14. The score at the moment with 47 seconds left in the ball game.
I suspect Kaler will be throwing some long passes, trying to bust one real quick.
Taylor Spencer will be back to throw just like you said, and he's being rushed. He fires it away. It's incomplete. Incompleted pass. So with 40 seconds left in the game.
Wisely tried to hit Scott Wilson. He has 2 touchdown pass receptions from Spencer tonight.
Second down. A lot of stuff coming up next week on the radio. Got some cash for Star Trek. You a Star Trek fan?
Who is? Good ride. Friday.
We're going to be having some questions, some trivia, some things for you to identify, and I'm going to hand out the cash when you do, starting Monday. Here's the pass. It's going to be complete. Nice catch. Coming back to it kind of catch.
Matt Hodge made a nice reception.
And they're going right back up to the line with 28 seconds left as the Red Devils try to move it downfield.
Ball's on the 47. They third and 3.
Biggest thing you can say about this Red Devil squad is they don't give up.
They really don't.
Back to throw again across the middle. It's it's going to be intercepted, looks like, and headed back in the other direction to about the 45-yard line. It was in the hands of Newton-Conover's. Who was that?
I believe it was in Wilson's hands.
Yeah, it was. Scott had it, and it just kind of came out and went right out of his hands into the Greyhound defender's hands, and he turned it back in the other direction. So the Hounds got it now at about the 47-yard line.
That's the second interception of the night for the Greyhounds.
First and 10. It's all over with 9 seconds left here. They'll have this play, and that'll be it.
There we go.
And that ought to do it. We're going to go to Danny in 1 second. They got a pretty good game going on there. That's it. It's all over here, 30-14, as Newton-Conover loses to the Statesville Greyhounds. The Greyhounds 30 and Newton-Conover 14 here at Newton-Conover's Gurley Stadium. Tell you what, we'll be back to talk about it a little bit in a moment, but let's do this. Let's take you to Maiden now. Danny Hips is there. Let's find out what's going on with our Blue Devils against Chase. Maiden's been on top most of the night. Let's check in on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline. Danny.
Thanks, guys. This is Danny Hips on the Coca-Cola Football Hotline, and we have a humdoozy of a game here at Maiden. The Blue Devils went up